So a lot lately, other than Tate, we've just gone there. You've been fighting with Rollo a lot. Yeah. I would say Rollo's a friend. What's going on with you and Rollo?
Rollo is the equivalent of like a high school girl that never grew out of their mean girl spirit. I've never seen even a girl gossip as much as he does online. I've never seen somebody self-promo their horrible book that was probably written by somebody else so much. I've never seen somebody run so much when confronted with opposing stats like he did to me on that Fresh and Fit episode where he was basically my bitch for 3 hours and he got Sartain to debate the entire time for him. I've never gone to studios before and have people say like, hey, you're going to leave pretty soon, right? Because Rollo's coming. He's really scared that you're going to show up and ambush him on a show. I have never seen such a made man like that my entire life.
Wow.
That's
do you have that same type of energy when you see him in person?
I'll match people's energy in person. I'll say it in person if he wants, but like the guy won't talk to me in person anymore.
Oh, wow.
Unless I go and I help his failing podcast.
By the way, Rollo has been working out. He's looking bigger than ever these days.
Yeah, is he? That's
Does it intimidate you a little bit?
No, why would he intimidate
me? Anyway, I saw the debate with you and him on Fresh and Fit. Fresh and Fit was the biggest men's podcast in the world. They just got demonetized. I think it's horrible. I do also think that they sort of were aware of the strikes and sort of the things that they were doing. What are your thoughts on them?
On the demonetization?
Yeah, the demonetization. And
I don't like anybody getting, unless you're clearly breaking rules, you're doing something against the TOS, I don't think you should get demonetized. I talked with Myron as much. I think it's unfortunate that they went down that JQ rabbit hole. I think that's what, at the end of the day, kind of got the channel. I don't like to see anybody get demonetized again, unless they're like breaking actual rules.
Gotcha.
So,
does anybody here not know who Fresh and Fit is? Eric, have you ever done their show? Any interest?
I mean, I would do anybody's show.
Have you ever done any content with the Redpill or the Manosphere space?
Nah.
At all? You just stay in your lane?
Yeah, for the most part.
I'm honored that you're here. Not that this is a Redpill show, but we do dating and lifestyle and money and, masculinity and feminine type stuff. But so, anyway.
So Fresh and Fit is considered a Redpill?
It is.
I would say so.
Yeah.
I've been on the Twitter. I didn't know what Redpill was.
And then Rollo's the godfather of the Redpill, so many say. What's your deal with Sneako these days? Are you guys getting along? Are you guys fighting?
Sneako's a tough one because he has a lot of he pretends to have moral superiority over everybody while living arguably one of the most degenerate lifestyles I've ever seen. He basically is Sneako's like a really good litmus test for who's the strongest man in the room, because if you stick Sneako in a room, he will instantly kiss their ass, so you just put him there and see who he copies next. And the past 2 years of his content has basically been obsessing from one man to the next to the next to the next. So it was, the one comedian guy. Do you know who I'm thinking of? The comedian. Patrice O'Neill. He obsessed over him. He obsessed over Andrew Tate. He obsessed over Myron. He obsessed over, I think, Zerka. Now he's obsessing over, he's saying he's leaving Islam and shit. And he's obsessing over Fuzli and Aiden Ross. So
he
he's
just goes leaving Islam. He just converted.
I think he said he was ass mad because when he goes into other people's chats, those guys can drink and be degenerate and hit on girls, and their chats don't give him a hard time over it. But his chat gives him a really hard time over it because he's grandstanded so much on his fake Muslim bullshit.
So, in so many words, are you saying that he's a grifter?
I don't think he's a grifter. I think he's young and retarded.
Really?
Yeah.
Would you consider him a friend?
Not anymore, no.
Really?
No.
What was the fallout?
When you attack my wife, that's usually my hard limiter for me.
When he what?
When he started, because Zerka attacks my wife, and Sneako is like a Ditto from Pokemon, so he started attacking my wife. And once you got to my wife, I just don't.
What do you mean by attacking your wife? I talk shit
think,
about your wife all the time, bro.
Saying she sleeps or whatever.
Oh no, I don't go that. I don't go that path. So, and then what about Zerka? Since you brought his name up.
Zerka's entertaining. He's got a lot of cokehead energy, but he's a little bit too unpredictable for me. And he burns bridges constantly. He's got problems maintaining work ethic. He'll be nobody again in a year. From dust to dust. Yeah.
Man. And then who else in the Redpill do you have beef
Donovan
with?
Sharp is a certified loser. I think the guy was 39 years old. He got scammed by a 19-year-old who was selling him heroin in a college classroom. I think he bought this chick a ring after he bailed her out of jail so that she could go and propose to her ex-boyfriend convict or whatever. I don't know. Most of the people in this space, I will say that Fresh and Fit for all, and oh my God, do I disagree with everything they have to say. Those are probably two of the only respectable men that I actually know in that space, and everybody else is subhuman trash.
Yeah, I've done
the
business.
MLD guy. Oh my God, that dude.
Yeah,
holy
what are your
shit.
thoughts
The
on
guy
that?
with lipo, with fake hair, with fake teeth, telling women to not be fake. That guy. Yeah.
His appearance on the show was
what I like about you is that you play things close to the vest, and you don't call people out or anything, and you're So what makes you so comfortable basically naming names and naming all their flaws?
Because people that don't name names, I hate it when people do that. Why do people go on shows like, oh, well, I think that these, I don't want to name names. Why not? Put them out there. drag him.
Gotcha. Does anybody know any of these names that they're talking about?
Zerko.
Yeah. You know Zerko. Zerko was on the show. They've all been on the show.
I was on
Every
the
single
show
one
with
of them.
him. Remember?
What's that?
I was here when Zerko was here.
Yeah. What were your thoughts on that?
Oh my god.
Was that the craziest thing you've ever seen?
That was the craziest experience I've ever had with any.
Did you think the girl
other
that was
person.
sitting next to him was actually into him, even though she was engaged?
No, he's just.
Thought she kinda was.
insane. I was just like looking at him like, this guy has a script already in mind for the show, and he has the points that he wants to hit that are the most controversial points ever, and he already is gonna hit them. Like, he was so smart about like going back to those specific topics that he wanted people to like drill on their heads. I was like, this guy is not real. I was like, he's not real.
Well,
Zarga's like super entertaining for one day, and then on day 2 you're like, holy shit, it's the same thing always. And you're
yeah.
like, okay.
Well, I've had all those guys on the show. Most of them, I'm cool with Rollo. Zero beef with Rollo. This is his lifestyle. This is his thing. This is his world.
Just making fun of 20-year-old women on Twitter.
I don't think that's what his message is. I think
telling young men to get vasectomies.
I think Rollo is way more of a net positive than net negative, but I know you guys have personal beef, so I'll leave it at that.
Absolutely not.
Fresh and Fit, I think, especially Myron, I'm tight with him. We're working on potentially be doing another live event. I think it sucks that they got demonetized. Sneako, who has been on the show before, I told him to his face, I said, you're young, dude. You're going to evolve. And he constantly is evolving. There's nothing wrong with that. It's just, would you call it saying like moral high ground?
Yeah, to say that Sneako was young and exploring different ideas, there's literally nothing wrong with it.
I said that that's exactly what he should be doing.
If you're the same person at 24 than you were at 20, you're fucking up.
Exactly.
But the problem is to high road and grandstand so hard every single time he takes a new step. It's like, bro, come
I told
on.
him that exact same thing,
Yeah.
that apparently was an issue, but it's literally what's going on. But I said, I look forward to seeing you in 10 years when you evolve and have a different personality, because what you're basically saying right now is not going to be what you're going to be doing 10 years from now. I would hope not. So he might have took issue with it. I don't know. I don't care. I actually like the guy, but he's young. Zerka, I think, is an absolute wild man, cokehead, party animal, like into young virgin weird. Like
He's weird.
Zerka, if you ever see this, I'm rooting for you, buddy. Get clean, get sober. 18 plus, brother. 18 plus. Just remember that, okay?
19
He
plus.
sounds like a creep.
19 plus. What's
Like,
that?
He sounds like a creep. Who is this guy?
He was like, every man is a pedophile. I'm like, you're
Yeah.
crazy.
Ew.
And women are horrible.
That's
And
so
Donovan
creepy.
Show, I actually like Donovan. I have no problem with
so
Donovan. I know a lot of
This is
people.
why I called you conflict avoidant.
Dude, I've feuded with Donovan. I've feuded with Zerka. I've feuded
Yeah, but
with...
like feuded is like, these guys
Okay,
are losers.
there's a difference
These
between
guys are embarrassing.
No, there's
like
a
human
difference-
beings, right?
Destiny,
These guys
listen-
are actually
listen to
horrible
me.
people.
There-
Donovan Sharp was on his show saying that the little girl in the background was his niece for what? Like, for how many years? Because he was too embarrassed to say that he married a single mom after telling his whole audience to make you a loser for doing so. This is scum of the earth type behavior. This is the worst of the
That's
the
what it sounds
lowest
like.
of the low, the most snake shit you can ever do.
Okay.
How could you do that?
Wow.
To your own,
Look,
I mean, is he wrong?
I said
Jesus.
that. I said that the title of the show clip would be "Destiny Destroys the Red Pill." So the difference between me and you